So let's begin with the middle triangles. Make sure that you're on drawing assist before you proceed. Tap to get out of that. So now we can do the lattice crossing. I think I'll try to make only a few. Zoom out, it's looking great. Zoom into this window. Let's add the border. All right, let's add a cross shape and then we can begin our lattice. Let's make these fairly wide. Turn off the bushes so that you can see clearly to complete the lattice. Now let's make another cross. Let's go ahead and make some nice big lattice like we did before. You can do smaller lattice if you like. Zoom out to see what you're working with, and it's actually looking really good. I was a little bit nervous about that. Tap the brush tool to get out of it. Click on the layers, add a layer, get that blue color back that we were working with before. Tap on the brush tool, airbrushing, soft brush, 25% opacity and 4% brush size. And we'll just add a little bit of shadow up here where it will be partially covered by the thatch. Click on the two squares, find layer 3, which is our roof layer, and layer 6. We'll start with layer 3. It is still assisted, which is great. Click on the brush tool and go to inking, and this long, difficult word, thylacine, not sure. It's a few little strokes together, nice and thin. Click to get out of that. Brush size for me is currently at 5%. Opacity is 70%. I'm on this roof layer, and my color is that yellow from the pot. Let's see what we're working with here. It is also on alpha lock, so if yours doesn't say alpha lock, click that now. Oh, and that's already looking good. So we'll just add little crisscross just randomly for the thatching of the roof. Go straight up and down, but also side to side whenever you can. Try to leave the areas that are kind of shady a bit darker. And we'll make sure to do this middle kind of A shape. We can do very bright right there to show that it's sticking out a little bit from that kind of A shape. And then make sure to do this bottom part as well. That is looking so cool. Awesome. All right, you guys, next let's move to these window sort of boxes. Click on the two squares, click on layer 6. Layer 6 is assisted and alpha lock is on, so drawing assist and alpha lock are both on. Make sure to turn on layer 12 or whatever your shrub layer is again, and get back to layer 6. And let's start putting in that thatching as well. So we'll do the same thing, just sort of lightly on the dark parts. We don't need an awful lot here. We want to maintain that dark hue. And we'll go under like this, just lightly, lightly, lightly. But for the top, we'll be a little bit more chaotic and extreme. So let's start at the bottom perhaps. A little bit to that side, a little bit to this side. And if you want to, you can make your brush a little bit smaller. I'll try a size 3. And that's looking really cool. I think it's a little too dark in this area for me, so I'll try to lighten that up with this yellow. So just keep working with it until you get the color and the texture that you like best. On the 2 squares, and let's actually go to this layer. As you can see here, this is the maximum opacity. If I drop it down, it disappears. I think I would actually like to see it somewhere in the 70 range, 70, 71, 75, around there. And I think that will look way nicer. Click on the 2 squares and find your wood beams. Tap on the brush tool and go to sketching and a render. Tap to get out of that. It is assisted and alpha lock is on, so we should be good to go. Tap to get out of that. 22, opacity at 65. There we go. Let's see if we can add some sort of like grain texture. And it will then mirror from side to side. So if you don't like that, turn off Drawing Assist and do each part individually. We do have to be conscientious of the fact that it's not going to be the same bushes on both sides or the same shrubs on each side, so there will be spaces where it's not seen or spaces where it is seen. Click on the 2 squares, scroll to the top, click on the top layer, add a layer, and here we're going to try to add a cat sleeping on the stoop. Click on the brush tool, calligraphy, monoline, select a color for your cat, tap anywhere to get out of that. So add a circle for the head. You can make it a perfect circle if you like. I'm going to use the ellipse tool here. I'm going to make my brush tool a little bit smaller at a size 3. Add a little bump for the shoulder. Another little bump for the tummy. Add a little tail. One leg perhaps sticking off the edge. It's a big cat. And tail. You know what, let's just go with it. See what happens here. Let's fill in these spaces and see if it looks ridiculous or if we like it. When you get the basic shape for your cat completely mapped out, you can go in and change the color if you like. So I think my cat's almost finished. I think this arm is folded in. That is a very, very relaxed cat. Very happy kitty cat. Good. Okay, well we can try to add some details here to our cat. So click on the 2 squares, click on the cat, alpha lock. Try out a different color if you don't like that one. Perhaps my cat is almost black. I actually do think I like that quite a lot. So I'll zoom in here and I can pick a different brush to do some kind of fur. Perhaps wild grass, that could be funny. So I'm going to try wild grass. I'll select some other colors. Let's see what we're working with. That actually looks too big. So I'll make my brush size smaller at a 2. This is apparently wild grass, and it seems to me like it works to add a bit of fur texture to a sleeping cat. And this would be very small, so we can try 1. Oh, too small. Just delicately with the 2 then. So add a layer if you can, click on the brush tool, and let's try calligraphy. I think I want to try script. I like that black. We'll see if it works, maybe a bit darker. Zoom in, and we will try to add a few features. Now don't go crazy, because obviously you won't be able to see this super far out. But I'll do a 4%. Let's see what that looks like. maybe a 3 or a 2. It looks like it's smiling, that's funny. Happy sleeping cat. Just add a bit of features to it, and we can sort of hollow out these ear spaces a little bit. Inking, technical pen, nice. Maybe bring it down to a 3. So use your technical pen to outline your cat if you want to. You can merge these 2 layers together. If you don't like the little cat sleeping on the stoop, you can turn the layer off, turn it back on if you like it. Click to add a layer. Select that blue color again. Get your brush back, airbrushing, soft brush, and you can add a little shadow for your cat friend, maybe 2%. If you feel the need to like turn that down a little bit, you absolutely can. Down at like 80-85%, that looks good. Alright, you guys, I think this is finished. I'm going to stop messing with it, even though there's probably a ton of things that we could keep doing. Turning off drawing guide so we can see what we've finished here. And that looks really good. Good job, you all. Thank you all for joining me today to complete this cottage and the Procreate application for iPad. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this project. Also, if you have any requests for future tutorials, please let me know. See you all next time.